got shooters everywhere. That shit that's so crazy. I can go like anywhere. I got OG crazy. Pull up choppers everywhere. We got pound bags everywhere. This come and go, no bus fare. And I just talk like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Know they told your guardians they don't wanna get this sparking. They go got them parking. Oh, LA back on them bricks again. They say that boy been having pounds.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm making this video not here to bore anybody, so I'm going to try to go through it pretty quickly and give all the main details of what you really need to hear, what you want to know, and everything of that sort. So we're going to jump right on into it. Okay guys, so basically we're going to start it off. Right now I don't have any cars that are like crazy expensive on insurance like my GTR, Trackhawk, ZR1 were. Obviously for being a younger person with a car like that where it's going to be high risk for you to be driving it, they're going to be costing you a lot more, you would think, than what like something typical like a 370Z, 350Z, base model Corvette, those type of things are gonna cost you. Second thought, it's too hot out there. We're gonna do this video inside today. So basically, I'll give you guys a quick rundown. The three most expensive cars that I've owned are my GTR, my Trackhawk, and my ZR1. So we'll individually go through the cost on each of them, and then I'll actually pull them up online to show you guys how you can get a pretty good idea if you're left curious. The main questions I always get: how do you afford that? How much is your insurance? How much is your car payment? And what do you do? We'll get into most of that. I've done videos prior about what I do, but if you guys would like to know good jobs where you can get it into making 6 figures a year, not even going to college, I have no college degree myself. So if you guys are curious or interested and want to hear more about that stuff, drop a comment below, drop a like on the video, let me know, and I'll do a video talking about that as well. I got tons and tons of buddies. Basically, none of us have gone to college, and the majority of us are making 6 figures a year. So if you guys are interested in that type of shit, let me know in the comments as well. But we will go ahead and start it off as far as the cost. So we'll get into it. My first most expensive car I owned was my ZR1. I had a 09 Jetstream Blue ZR1. It's fully built, made about 900 wheel horsepower, and that was actually my most expensive car I had on insurance. Now, that being said, I also had a different type of plan on that car. So I didn't have your typical just full coverage insurance. I actually had something called classic car insurance on it, and I paid 300 bucks a month. I think it's like 305 for my ZR1 a month. Now you're like, oh my God, it sounds like a lot of money. I bought that car when I was 21. With that car, I paid 300 bucks a month for the insurance, but like I said, I had classic car insurance on it. So I paid 65 grand for the car, but it had like 30 grand in mods in it. Plus I just put a Mantic triple disc clutch in when I bought it, so it's like another 4 grand. And basically on cars like that, what you can do for a vehicle that is worth more than what the NADA value is or the KBB. So on that car, with all the mods included into it, obviously there's a lot more money wrapped up in the car than what the bank looks at it as. So you can actually pay more monthly to where, let's say the bank values the car at 55 grand and it's got a lot more than that in mods and everything like that. So you can get an agreed value with an insurance company. You can set it up to where, hey, this car has this, 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 this. Typically they'll want you to send them like a list of the modifications done to it, and then so they can see receipts knowing that it's actually done to the vehicle. And then you guys will basically agree on a value on what the car is worth outside of what the NADA or the KBB is. So I had that car valued at 85 grand. So basically with that, the way that works out is if the car ever got in an accident to where it was totaled out, the car was stolen, got in a flood, whatever the case is, I would have gotten cashed out for 85 grand no matter what. So to me, in the grand scheme of things, that was worth it. It was like 160 bucks a month if I did not do that, which obviously isn't bad at all for a 1,000 horsepower car. Not that the insurance company knows that. But basically, it's not bad at all to pay 160 a month for a car like that at a young age. I was 21 when I had it, so keep in mind, I was even younger than I am now. I'm 23 currently. When I was 21, 160 a month for a ZR1 is not bad. But the extra 140 bucks a month is worth it to me, especially because I'd be cashed out way more on top of what I was owing on the vehicle. So that's the ZR1. If you guys are looking into one of those for your dream cars, it's still one of mine. I love that car. I shouldn't have sold it. I'm sure I'll buy another one. But moving on from the ZR1, I bought my 2018 Jeep Trackhawk. Go ahead, let your favorite rapper know. Old She Wants a Z had one before they did. I had like, I shouldn't say that. There's probably a bunch of people that had them, but in my area, I had the first Trackhawk. You never saw them around. I bought mine in October of 2019. So with my Trackhawk, I had my insurance through Progressive, and it was a 2018 model I bought in October of 19. It had like 6,000 miles on it. Another car I regret selling, probably more than any of the others. I will be buying another Trackhawk soon, so stay tuned for that if you guys want to see some more Trackhawk content. But with that vehicle, I paid 70 grand for it with 7,000 miles and a clean title. Literally the cheapest Trackhawk in the country. The second I kept trying to buy Trackhawks, they kept popping up online and they get sold immediately. And I'm like, shit, because I had like 2 lined up I wanted to buy. I called up that, yeah, it just sold. I'm like, come on. So I found one pop up online. It was in Kentucky at a small Nissan dealership. I saw it, I called them up, I'm like, hey, I'll give you $1,000 right now. Hold that car for me, I'll be there tomorrow. So we did it, I went down there. We drove down to my Nismo 350Z to go buy it, me and my buddy Justin Bill. And we picked up the Trackhawk, drove it back home to St. Louis. That's besides the point. On my Trackhawk, I didn't know what I was gonna be looking at with insurance on it because it's a $100,000 truck, brand new. And basically, I went online, I typed in my quote through Progressive, it looked wrong, so I called Progressive. I talked to the guy on the phone, he's like, yeah, blah, 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 it's gonna be 140 bucks a month. And I'm like, 140 a month? He goes, yeah. I go, it's the Trackhawk. So this isn't like a base model Grand Cherokee. He goes, no, that's the Mac Daddy Trackhawk, 140 bucks a month. I'm like, all right, say less. Also, new thing that they're doing, I don't know how long they have been doing this, but I haven't been familiar with it until as of recent, is that they're including your insurance. They're basing it off of your credit score as well. So I have a pretty decent credit score. It was in the 700s when I bought that. So they base it off of that as well. The other thing, obviously, most importantly, is going to be your driving record. I've had tickets my whole life. Luckily, they've all been fixable. And then as far as that goes, all you got to do if you guys get tickets, just pay a damn lawyer. Pay a traffic law center, something like that, 45 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever. They'll take care of your tickets for you. Don't get any tickets on your record because I cannot tell you that your rates are going to be cheap like mine are if you don't have a good driving record. But yeah, that basically sums up the Trackhawk. Like I said, 140 bucks a month for that. And we will move on to the GTR. Now the GTR, I would probably say you would think would be the most expensive of the group. And it's actually not either. It's right in the middle of both of them. So 160 bucks a month is what I paid for the GTR. I don't know if it's because not a lot of kids have them, so they don't have like a lot of data that a lot of kids have crashed them or anything like that. Obviously, me myself, I've been pretty experienced with a lot of fast cars, so my GTR is kind of a slouch compared to like my ZR1. But I paid 160 bucks a month for my GTR. And I just sold that, so I had that car at age 22. It's 160 bucks a month, man. I mean, if you can buy a GTR and pay the $1,000 car note, what's 160 bucks a month for insurance? That's nothing. So if you guys are looking to get into something like that, get into a more expensive car, but you're kind of held back because you know how much insurance is gonna be, get a quote. I mean, you're never gonna know until you look. I think a lot of people like kind of hold themselves back from buying stuff like that because they're like, oh my God, the insurance is gonna be so much, and they don't even bother looking at it. So they just push it off. I'll actually go pull out my laptop real quick. We'll look it up and get a quote online right now, and I'll show you guys what it'll cost, how to find out real quick, and hopefully you guys will be able to make a decision on buying one of your dream cars at a young age. Break out the old handy dandy Mac and we'll look this up. I have found that Progressive seems to be the cheapest out of all of them. I've looked on several websites over the past few years, and the Progressive seems to be the best for motorcycle insurance, car insurance, all that. So I would definitely say lean towards Progressive as your first choice because they have done me well. And it's super easy to take care of all that stuff. They email your ID card, just save it to your phone if you get pulled over or anything like that. But I'm going to pull it up and show you guys how to do this now. So basically just get your ass on Progressive's website. And you can, like I said, if you want to look at other ones, you can as well. Obviously explore if you want to. Go to auto, type in your zip code, press get quote. Then all you gotta do is type in your information, name, date of birth, street number, go to next. Then you just click on whatever car. Ooh, she's still on there. I gotta get that out of my name. But then just add your own. And then, so for instance, we'll just do my GTR again. Actually, yeah, we'll just go back up to my GTR. We'll use that for an example. Primary use, personal pleasure, finance, How long have you owned it? Let's say 1 month to a year. Annual mileage, I'll probably do like 8,000 to 9,000. What the hell, they don't have non-binary. I can't even complete it now. Just kidding. Male, single, high school, employment, patient, sales. Obviously all this stuff's pretty self-explanatory. Accidents, claims, no, continue. And then you can get discounts for stuff like this. I don't ever do that. No thanks, continue. No thanks, just auto. Now when you get to the screen, this is never right. So it's gonna say 97 bucks now. Always click finish and buy. So that's basically, I'll hide that so you're not seeing all my shit. But that's basically, once you click finish and buy, that's what's gonna give you your accurate quote once you got all your information saved. So once you wanna edit like all the types of different things here, like comprehensive, $500 deductible, collision, 500, always make that higher. At least I do myself. That's obviously up to you. That's not gonna be set in stone for how you take care of that. But I always make it the highest you can, or at least like at least $1,000. So we'll update the collision to $1,000. We're gonna update comprehensive to $1,000, and that always is gonna help you out on your monthly payment as well. So you wanna go with a higher deductible the majority of the time. Plus a lot of the time banks will want you to do that too for whatever reason. So we're gonna update that, and that dropped at 40 bucks a month. So I don't know if it went up for, I don't know why it would have went up. From paying 160 prior, but now that literally has dropped it from 240 down to 202 just from changing those two things. There's other things you can change as well, but literally just those two things saved you 40 bucks a month. So always pay attention to that stuff too when you're looking. But other than that, guys, like I said, if you guys want to know how to do other things of that sort, I mean, I get questions all the time on what I do for work, how I have all these cars at a young age, and I'm open about it. I've talked about it prior, and I'd love to help you guys out if you got questions about it. But I do prefer that you leave them in the comments, and I'll make another video about it because I get DMs all the time about it, and I hate filtering through them. But I'd be more than happy to make another video and give you guys advice on what you can do without having to go to college and make 6 figures a year. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got some value out of it, if it helped you out at all, answered some of your questions, drop a like. Drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. We got so much cool shit coming here soon. If you haven't checked out some of the last previous videos, we got so much content that has happened in the last month. Blew up the new twin turbo Nismo.
Ready?
Mo just got his SVJ delivered the day after that. We got a delivery video on that. And all 3 of the cars are broken, but 2 of them are about to be fixed. I just fixed the vet the other day. And the new engine's coming for the 350. That should be here. Actually, I think tomorrow. I think the new engine for the 350 will be here tomorrow. We're gonna drop that in, get a video of that. We'll be able to see how big the hole in the block was. And then the 370's engine is done. I know I've been saying that as well. The motor is complete. The only thing that we're waiting for is just the head gasket to be printed off and sent out to us so we can put that on, get the motor slapped in, sent out to me. We're gonna drop the motor in the 370, start on the new turbo kit, and then she's gonna be ready to take some names. But like I said, guys, that'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.